Good chocolate.
All right, folks, we're going.
Tacos.
Are they
Choco
dinosaur
tacos.
tacos? Like my new mask?
What? Dinosaur tacos?
I want to see
Yes.
the dinosaur mask.
Okay, I will go get the dinosaur mask.
Are we started?
Yeah, we are.
Yay! Dinosaur
Okay.
mask for the win.
I'm
Welcome
Good.
back.
I'm pretty sure the first thing we got was Farley talking about tacos.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. That was my goal.
Welcome to Taikangaard, where we have tacos and coronavirus. And
There
the
you
DM
go.
is falling asleep.
Dinosaur taco masks.
Hey!
Yes. This is what we live for, children. This is why you were in quarantined, just for that one moment of beauty and awe. So,
Thank you to
this is me
Elizabeth
stalling,
Stratton.
trying to remember what the heck we did last week. So, oh yeah, eternal shopping trip. So, last time on Taikangaard, the party decided, after some lengthy discussion, that their best bet in order to pursue, in order to try and piece out what exactly is happening with the mysterious visions of pyramids in the desert, and with the information that they have gained regarding the cult, well, at least it wasn't confirmed as a cult, but the Black Court of the Sunset Queen, the party decided to journey out into the desert to try and figure out, in order to try and find their way to the pyramid and find out more information about the mysterious visions that they had been experiencing, which led to a very long, basically all that we did last week was shop, and it was very entertaining. It was very mathematically probably inaccurate, and we are now carrying several pounds worth of food, and I'm dropping my magnets everywhere.
Oh, do we know how much food?
We got lots of food, and we spent money on it, and we also picked up a promiscuous camel. And does the camel have a name yet?
It's Eureka.
Yeah.
Eureka the slutty camel.
Yes, Eureka the slutty camel is now within your possession. You have threatened. You have both bribed and threatened the tavern owner of where you are staying at in order to accommodate both yourselves and this and the slutty camel. And yeah, so that is where we last left off. So you are all now at this point. It is evening. It is about. Sorry that you guys got back. It was just sorry. It was shortly before dusk, and you guys are now back safely in your room, bearing all of your different purchases, whether it's food or materials for your different projects in terms of the siblings. So, what would you guys like to do? Did Ethan, did you say something or just make a noise?
Yes. I said, what time is it?
It is about 6 p.m. at this point.
Oh, it's not advisable that we leave right now.
37 pounds of food and supplies.
Am I back yet?
I would say you get back probably around like 8 p.m.
Okay.
It might not be advisable.
What'd you say now?
It might not be advisable that we leave now, but it is the desert, and we are going to be trying to follow. I mean, the only way we know to try and get to this is by following the blue light that it emits in the nighttime. So we probably will be planning to travel by night.
On the other hand, we also did pay for tonight at the inn.
What about bandits? Bandits come out at night.
Bandits do indeed exist both at night and during the day.
We saw this light during the day too.
I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing people. What do you say?
Does anybody know if we saw this light? Remember, if we saw this light during the day too, / the wind?
You have not. As the DMs, we can tell you that you have not seen it during the day.
Dandy, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to want to travel during the evening, but I think the better question right now is when are we going to want to exit the city?
I concur.
I say let's see, it's about 6 o'clock now. I say we take a rest until about midnight, maybe a little after. So in order to get out of character to qualify as a long rest.
That wouldn't though for most people. 8 hours.
8 hours.
From 6 to 1 would be 7.
Well, if you're trying to get an actual long rest, then you could leave at like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, so we should sleep until the wee hours of the morning, and then leave, and we would be able to get in probably about 6 hours of travel or so during the night.
Or we just get a good full night's sleep and head out late tomorrow afternoon.
For
Yeah,
that.
are we more comfortable with leaving in the middle of the night or late in the afternoon? Because I feel like, I mean, we went out late at night the other night and we got all sorts of trouble.
I am a bigger fan of Thenmir's plan. Bigger fan of Thenmir's plan.
I like leaving in the late afternoon.
What are the merits of either? Fenmir, what is your specific reasoning for wanting to leave at 2 in the morning?
Because the desert gets hot, very hot during the afternoon, and I feel that if we travel during the night and very early morning, and then rest during the heated part of the day, we will be able to travel more comfortably.
Question, did we get tents or anything?
Did.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. That was something that
Yeah.
I brought
I
up.
remember it was
Also-
discussed, but I don't remember if we'd actually done it, so.
Also, the longer we stay in this city, the more chances are for things to happen that delay us further. So I don't see any point in staying extra time when we could leave sooner. Plus, as to the point of bandits, it very much seems like bandits would be more likely to be out during evening and early night and less likely to be out during the wee hours of the morning.
He has a point.
On the other hand, going out in the middle of the night has proven to be a problem for us in the past. And
What do
If-
you mean?
Oh,
Do you need to ask? Sorry,
Also-
was that rude? I didn't mean for that to be rude. Just the other night, and
also, I'm
Yeah.
realizing if it's 6 o'clock, I'm technically not here. But
I ask again, what do you mean?
Andrew, are you okay? What is that face?
how are we gonna sneak a camel out of the city?
That's a good point.
why are we? I feel like sneaking isn't our best bet.
Would we even be sneaking? We have been
I
given
feel
permission
like-
to leave.
It would be more questionable were we to leave at 2 in the morning because the other evening and we were like,
We've
well,
paid for
it's
nights.
down the street.
We've paid for the night at the room and with the camel. Take all the advantage from it that we can and rest up. I just mean traveling in the desert kind of sucks. It's tiring.
Yeah, and even if we leave late in the afternoon or early evening, we're still traveling when it's cooler.
Late afternoon
Late afternoon is definitely
is
not
the
cooler.
hottest part
No,
of the
we
day.
would-
You would know that.
No,
No.
mid-afternoon is generally the hottest part of the day.
That's like what, like
Le-
1 to
Finish.
3-ish?
I'm gonna finish
Oh, sorry. Go
what I
ahead.
was saying.
Sorry, Harley.
That doesn't mean we can't get into that pattern. We can still generally travel in the evenings. It's just when we start. A couple of hours if we're starting late in the afternoon isn't going to make that big of an impact all told, I wouldn't think.
You've actually got a really good point. What we could do is we could stay up the rest of tonight, leave at a normal time tomorrow, and then we could stop and actually rest at the place where we found that creepy sword. We could stop and rest there, or stop and rest where we met the bards. We could stop at one of
Return
those.
of the
but-
Evil Sword.
I'm not saying we go, or we could go back to where we met the bards. Just stay there.
What happened with the evil sword anyway? I don't remember at this point.
Tasha spirited it away
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
through her freaking
But-
rogue abilities.
Thank you, Dice. I'm sorry.
That could have been so much fun. Also, can someone just double check your group the group inventory for the tents. I'm assuming that I don't remember you guys purchasing them, but I believe that was something that was given to you by. It would have been something given to you by the Knolls, unless you guys were sleeping out on the rocks on your way into the city. But I do not think that was something that you guys mentioned purchasing yesterday or last session.
I'll check the
I
group.
remember we talked about it.
We definitely talked about. I had. Ooh,
That much I
Let me
know
check
for a
my
fact
notes.
you did, but it was definitely not something that I.
It is
remember
not in the
purchasing.
group loot.
Yeah, I would say.
I do have
I would-
tents. I have tents written down as something that we did though.
Okay. It's not that I don't believe you. I just don't remember. I don't remember that at all. Because I know that you guys discussed it, but I thought we determined that you already had them.
Oh no, we did. We didn't. Okay, well, okay. Actually, let's work our way back here. All right. So
Return of the shopping trip.
okay. So
Is anybody watching? Remember?
all right. So here we go. Camel and tents. We went to Tarask's Animal Emporium. Ethan has everything he needs. Moo Cow. Daily. Felix. Moo
It's fine.
Point. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not
Let's
finding it.
I don't. I'm very confused as to how.
My notes are a little jumbled.
What is happening? What, like the
Why did you
moo
say
cow?
moo cow?
My notes are a little scrambled.
Because he almost said what I was doing.
Wait, what? Mooing?
Ethan's always
He was
mooing.
buying a cow.
He likes to milk.
That's
He
going
likes
over
to milk his plans.
Oh God.
For all they're worth.
I would say that you guys have 3 tents, each large enough to fit 2 people. How many people are in this party? There's 6 of you, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Plus
I
Clover.
thought we talked about
Plus Clover
Plus
now,
Clover,
but like
yes.
what you would have gotten from the Knolls would have been.
Okay. Oh, so the Knolls gave us 10. Okay.
I think regardless, you have 3 tents. I forget where they came from. I thought that my assumption was that they came from the Knolls because I don't think you guys were just sleeping out in the open when you guys were heading into Telmarna. But we can always rectify that later.
Okay.
But for the sake of time, I'm going to say that you guys have it because I know for a fact that was discussed.
Okay. So they're big enough for 2 people each.
Do you want me to put those in the group loot?
However you guys want to organize that, but that would
Anybody?
probably be.
Sure.
And just figure out who's carrying what. I don't know how heavy a tent is considered to be.
Gotta figure what a tent's about. What, 10 pounds each between the canvas and the more.
Depends. Depends on how the tents were made. I mean, modern tents don't weigh close to that much.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Canvas, on the other hand, is much more heavy.
like I'm thinking like
Yes.
canvas and wood, like canvas, wooden pegs,
Canvas
a hammer.
could be linen too.
Could be linen, which would be better. Which would be better against sand.
We're traveling in a desert, and we were
Canvas.
given them by desert dwellers.
Yes.
It would be canvas.
I'm
Okay.
guessing goat hair.
Woo! Goat. I'm not sure how that changes
Regardless,
things.
we have tents.
we have tents. Somebody's sleeping outside, but no, no, one person for watch.
Or just
One person for watch.
or just squish.
Or we can, or some of us can become very good friends.
I was gonna say, I mean, you also have 2 animals and a camel.
Yeah.
And I mean,
What?
So
Oh.
As far
the
as
camel's
the
not gonna be
girls-
sleeping with you
you
guys.
really
As
are
far
very
as-
large.
Wait, what did Harley say? And then what did Noah say?
I was gonna say, as far as the girls' tent goes, Azalea's pretty small.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So you could probably fit a person and a half. Oh
Yeah,
no!
that was
What were you
my
saying?
point too. Was that Felix and Azalea are both very small people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you guys should be more than fine.
Enmir's not much bigger.
I think I'm the tallest feller.
I think I'm the tallest woman.
Yeah, Mari's like 5'6". So.
Yeah.
Enmir's
not-
5'2".
Wait, really?
What? How is
Enmir is
an
5'2" and
elf
110
Do you ever
pounds.
figure out how tall Clover is?
Dear God, Fenrir is smaller and lighter than Ven by a good shot. Ven's
That's the point.
5'11".
That's the point.
Why?
Drow males are much smaller than drow females.
Interesting.
He's
Did know
not
that.
wrong. He's not wrong.
He's not
I'm
wrong.
not saying. I just did not realize
I
that. That's funny.
didn't realize in our case that the difference was so
I
extreme.
forgot entirely about
Wait,
that.
how big is Ven then?
Ben's 5'11".
Like, crap. I don't think. Well, I mean, I guess
Okay,
you guys are twins.
On the Taikangaard page, it says average height for elven women is 6 foot.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wait, how who's older, Ven or Ven?
Ben's older.
So
That's what I'm
the
saying,
two
like, you definitely could not have been twins and ended up the same that
So-
big of a size difference.
so the two of you dancing at elf prom was really awkward.
Why
I'm
would
more
they have
concerned
danced-
with the fact that there's elf prom. Like,
Yeah,
what?
also, like, why would they have danced together if there's an age
Because
difference?
we had no friends.
Oh, holy cow! No, what is
No.
going?
I have no idea what's going on.
So okay, so Noah is now demon possessed, or at least his computer is. Good to know.
Coronavirus has invaded his computer.
I think we should just make that into a GIF with Darude Sandstorm playing in the background.
Okay.
Oh my word! Okay. Oh, this is a rocky start, kids.
It's not even right. It's entertaining. This is how you guys think things out, and it means that I can sit here and think of DM things while I listen to.
So
you guys.
basically, are we sending tonight to try and reset our sleep schedules and get the most out of our room before setting off late tomorrow, or are we trying to escape the city in the middle of the night?
We should probably. Here's the thing. All right, so here's something that I figure. So this actually brings me the idea. So Harley's right. We don't need to sneak out. The thing is, though, what if somebody follows us? Well, the thing is, if they follow us out into the desert, they're not going to have as much element of surprise as we think they will. I mean, it's really hard to sneak up on somebody in the desert.
He has a point.
So even if somebody follows us, I mean, who gives a I almost said who gives a flute.
New phrase.
I don't give a flute. I give clarinets.
I give a tenor saxophone.
I give
I give a hurdy-gurdy. Shout out to Fen.
I give a bassoon. Ooh, bassoons are fabulous instruments, aren't they?
They really are. They're the French horns of the woodwind world.
I think the only ones that want to leave tonight are Felix and Fenrir. So I guess for that probably means we're staying.
I bribed this man, and I want to get the full value of my bribe.
This is very entertaining. So,
Thrift bribing is an underrated skill.
are we settled on how many people?
Yes.
Not how many people. Holy crap! I did not. Wait.
No, I want to bring in an extra 5 mercenaries.
Can we?
Yeah, I was thinking it'd be fun to hire a footman, and a barber,
And a butler.
and
Yes.
A bun?
And I think we did a nanny.
A daddy.
We can blame the butler for all the murders.
Yeah.
For
Ooh.
Alfred.
Can we hire that guy who ran away and left the desert bandits to rejoin his family and start a business?
I like that.
I like that
He
guy
can be our
too.
cook.
He can be
He
our.
can be our pastry.
Yes.
Oh, everybody good adventuring group needs a pastry chef in residence.
The forgotten edge of their entourage arrive. We already have a private bard.
That's
Do
true.
we now?
Well, we kind of do.
Of course, that is your lady love.
I'm going to slit your throat in your sleep.
Please do.
Was that evil?
No,
Was
I
that
don't
No,
dear?
okay.
I mean, I'm going to take my E&M midterm on Monday.
All right. So we're sticking it out. I'm sorry. I got confused.
yes.
Okay. So we're staying here for the evening. Is there any... Go ahead. Okay, sorry. I saw you open your mouth. I wasn't sure if you had something, if you were trying to add something. All
I'm
right.
just trying
Is
to
there...
suppress a yawn.
Gotcha. Is there anything that you
Failing.
guys would like to do this evening before you all head to sleep?
Well, are we trying to stay up for a good part of the night to like reset sleep schedules?
Eggles?
I feel like that could be helpful.
Yeah, reset your sleep ankles.
Oh,
Giggles.
oh, guys, do we have water skins?
Presumably.
Yeah, we were told we were given those by the gnolls too.
Yeah, okay.
We talked about that.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'd like to work on Azalea's crampon roller skates,
Okay.
for lack of a less accurate way to put them.
Okay. How long would you like to work on them?
A few hours.
Okay, a few hours. All right. I'm gonna have you do 3 craft checks.
Money, no worries. All right. All right. In descending order, we have 21, 15, and 9.
Eesh. Was that the order that you rolled them in?
No.
Oh. Do you remember what order?
Well, I
you
read 2 dice rolling at once.
Yes.
So the
Oh,
9
okay.
and the 15 were rolled simultaneously, and the 21 was the third one.
All right. I'm gonna go 9, 15, 21 then. Just for your sake. All right. So you start with. So you have been putting on. Holy crap! You've been putting on the metal wheels. So you're sitting and you're working, and with that 9, as you're trying to tighten like a couple of like screws and a couple of nuts and bolts, you accidentally bend one of the axles to a point where like now it's not rolling smoothly. So with a little bit of muttering under your breath and a teeny bit cursing, you try again, and this time you're able to set it up a little bit. Within the next hour, you're able to like do the axle again, and this time like you're happy with how it's balanced. And as you get into the 3rd hour, you finish setting up all the wheels on the one skate, and you're able to successfully set up. I'm assuming how are you doing? Like sets of four wheels on each one?
I think we said so, yeah.
Okay.
And it would be a lot more stable
Yes.
to do sets of 4 rather than. But they're
I don't know
roller
why-
skates
yeah.
rather than blades.
Right. I'm still thinking inline. So you're able to put it on the second set. On the second rollerblade, you're able to get one set on before. In like a 3-hour span. Are you trying to finish them tonight?
And I'll probably take my 4 hours of sleep and then keep going while everybody else keeps sleeping.
Okay. All right, we'll get to that then. Is there anything else? Is anyone else doing anything else?
I think Andrew still needed to have me make my craft checks.
Yes, sir. Hey, Bob. How many are we making tonight?
I don't know. How many craft checks do you think?
I don't know. How much? We have very open-ended crafting goals here. Can you actually just?
I wanted to try to get as much done as stage 1 as I could.
All right. In that case, I guess let's do 3. Let's do 3 and see where they come out.
Are we making these dex craft checks or intelligence craft checks?
Which one did we say was more? Well, so this is the one that you said would be more dex related, right?
Yes.
Yes, then dex.
Okay. The first one is a 12.
Okay.
The second one is a 10.
Oh dear.
And the third one is a 19.
Okay. All right. So you're not able.
Not rolling great.
You're not able to accomplish anything else, but you are able to get it framed with your like last effort. So you're able to do it, but it took you all night.
Okay. So I have all the framing pieces cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, you screwed up a couple, so you're probably a little bit low on materials now, but.
Okay. Well, the framing materials was all I had bought that wood for, so.
Okay. All right, then it's not that big a deal. Awesome.
All right. Anybody else? Last call for overnight activities.
Felix just wants to talk to Clover, since they haven't actually been able to hang out much, and he wants her to teach him how to talk better because she's a bard and they do those sorts of things. And being a good orator is one of his goals in life.
Like how to like performance?
Yeah, like
better?
performance kinds of
Okay,
things.
like how to talk good.
How to
I was just very confused. I was like, you mean like
How to not sound like I just did.
seashells by the seashore. Just sitting there the entire time in the desert.
Sure. So, she finds your request a little bit amusing. I'm going to say that she also did not understand your request, but at first, but you guys work for a while, and those of you who are you guys can work like down in the common room, and you get a little bit of you get like a small crowd of just people staying and listening to Clover kind of give long bardic performances of long tales of heroes long gone, and you kind of filling in some of the bits that you remember most. You know most of these stories. Andrew, yes, if you feel like it. And like you know most of these stories, so like she'll like take a step back and let you take the stage for a little bit and like kind of tell a short segment. And as you're working on it, you're picking up on her cues. Like this is pretty cool. This is pretty fun. And a lot of you do notice a lot of the patrons are kind of like, oh, that's sweet. Look at the two of them go. Not like too patronizing, but also like a little bit grandmotherly type of thing. But yeah, so you guys can work on that for a while. And then head back up. Anything else? Going once. Going twice. Go to sleep. Alright.
Sleep!
So you
Nobody
all
got that, sorry.
yeah. So you guys head to your individual rooms or the bridal suite. I still am not quite understanding. Like I'm assuming you guys are all in the honeymoon suite, and there's a couple of rooms because we keep saying that there's a guy's room and a girl's room. So you guys go to your respective rooms, snoring uproariously or not.
Always snore
And
uproariously.
I would like everybody except for Ethan to pop your headphones off.
Oh, great.
Yoink. Okay. You okay, Sasha? That was exciting. Okay.
I tried to stand up and I fell over.
R.I.P. All right. Nobody can hear us. Everybody muted. Nobody listening. Cool. All right, sir.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay. So then, as you fall asleep, you find yourself kind of just dreaming in a sort of floating in. You find yourself kind of floating in darkness. You don't feel anything else around you. It's almost as if you're like suspended in unreality. And as you're laying there, you kind of feel yourself almost enveloped by this voice. You have a mission. Remember what you have been chosen for. You see the charges made for your gun appear before you for a brief instant, and then again that flash of the elk-headed woman, the pyramid, and then the Taleb's house. Remember,
This is the first I've seen the elk-headed woman.
I think it appeared. It should have appeared briefly in the last one. All right, that may have been my oversight, but that sense is pressed into your mind again. Remember what you have been called for, and then the dream fades, and you find yourself sleeping normally, peacefully, having dreams of whatever it is Then dreams of.
So I can't try to talk back.
It happens to you kind of passively. If you would like to, you kind of you try and open your mouth, but no sound comes out. You don't feel threatened. It's not a nightmare. It's just the sense of urgency cannot be taken away.
I just don't know for certain who I am supposed to be targeting. Like, I don't entirely understand the mission I've been given.
As these thoughts cross your mind, you again see you again find yourself looking now longer at the Talev's house. You see Mirana's face smiling at you, that cold, almost threatening edge to it that you noticed when you last spoke to her. You see her husband kind of put his hand on her shoulder, a bloody knife gripped in his hand. You don't see the son, but you see the two of them, and as they exchange glances, that almost predatory look that you've noticed on Mirana's face seems to spread to her husband. Remember
Lovely.
what you were called for. And I'm gonna, sorry, this is backtracking again, but yeah, at this point the dream fades, and again, whatever Then dreams of, I don't know, does Then dream of electric sheep?
Then probably doesn't dream at all.
Well, you can go back to your peaceful nothing. And I would say when you do awake, you don't. The dream is fuzzy. It's clearer than the last one, but that sense of urgency is definitely still present, fading a little bit as dreams do. But you feel that calling sense, that mission tugging at you more than you did before.
Okay.
All right. Cool. I don't know that anybody is here to find out.
Do you want us back?
Yes, you may return briefly. Actually, no. You can go back. You can disappear for a second.
Bye.
Cool. Thanks. You can pop your headphones off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
No. Go away.
Oh!
Sorry.
That one was just me, I think.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no. That was supposed to be a head shake. I guess it looked like a nod. Okay. So Ven is, I'm assuming, is going to bed at some point.
At some point.
Okay. Ven, as you drift off to sleep, you're dreaming as usual. You find yourself kind of, I don't know what it is that Ven dreams of, maybe past spy jobs and tea.
I feel like she has really weird dreams.
Yes. So, as you're dreaming, you find yourself having a dream that is nothing out of the ordinary. You see yourself as a child running through a field with Fen, with your brother, and you realize this isn't quite so much a dream as a memory. You remember how you guys used to play. Sometimes for hours on end, just playing out in the sun, chasing one another, and how you would always take the lead, and how Fen would complain that you were bossy, but seemed to always still
She probably was.
but would always follow, but would still, even with just a little bit of persuasion, some hands on your hips, he would follow you and do what you wanted. And as you're watching yourself run through this dream just as a child, then suddenly turns and looks at you. We have to do it. Remember? We have to do what they said. You said we have to do it. We have a mission. Don't you remember?
I don't have any idea what he's talking about.
You look at him in confusion. Ben, we have to do what they said. They said to kill them. We have to save them. They're bad. They're bad people. Don't you understand? You're the leader. And he disappears for a moment.
Get out of my head.
The dream fades, and you find yourself face to face with the same elk-headed woman that you have seen before. She stares at you, and her lips don't move. But you hear a voice. I understand that you are confused. I know that you are afraid, that you do not trust me. You have been given a mission, an assignment. You must support your brother in this. The fate of many rests on this decision. I will not harm you. I'm not trying to hurt you. Ask me. Ask me a question. I'm here only momentarily.
Why should I trust you? You have done for us. I'm also not sure why I'm not talking an accent, but I should be. Sorry.
It's okay. You need to trust me because I am trying to protect you. I'm trying to help. I am not the one who took your memories. I'm trying to lead you back to them.
Oh, and you want us to slaughter people because of that.
The Talevs are not what they seem to be. Yes, they may seem to be simple politicians playing a game of houses and a game of cards, trying to control their worlds. But what they are capable of, what is coming, what they will become, is something that this world cannot bear. Something that will lead to the deaths of millions.
You've still given me no reason to trust you.
I understand that.
You talk about the future. You have no proof whatsoever of any of this.
That is why she is drawing you to her. I'm not the one that you think I am. I'm merely her messenger. If you do this, you will help more than you can understand, but the answers lie in the pyramid. But one leads to the other. You have a mission. It must be fulfilled first. Do you understand?
You have done nothing to persuade me to your cause. You still have no proof, no reason that you want these people dead, except bribing us.
The face seems to draw closer to you. You don't see. All you see. You don't see it take it. You don't. Sorry, you do not see the figure move, not take a step, but suddenly its presence is more imposing. It fills more of your vision. There's a sense of it being intimidating, and you feel even somewhere deep within yourself a childish sort of fear, but also a sense of urgency more that overrides any sort of threatening aspect. What the heck is this kid doing?
Andrew?
Yes. The thing is, we're still live, so that's breaking the immersion. But more, you get, despite the childish sort of fear that builds inside your chest, you do not get a sense of threatening from this creature. Just the sense of urgency. You must trust. The answers cannot be placed before you in the way that you seek.
You don't get to force me, to coerce me into killing people for no benefit and no proof. I don't care who you think you are. I'm having a really hard time saying an accent today. I'm not sure why.
You're fine. This is the mission that has been given to you. The mission for you may not be to
You want me
kill.
to do something? You need to do it first. I have seen far too many people give their time and their work for prizes that they'll never get.
As you're speaking, the vision changes and you see bodies piled upon each other. Gnolls, humans, piled corpses. You see the city that you have known, that you have come to recognize, Telmarna, burning. You see blood stains streaking through the streets. You hear cries and screams. And in the center of it, you see Mirana Talev in a tattered dress, a wild smile upon her face, blood dripping from a knife in her hands. You see her husband crouched beside her, almost kneeling out as if in fealty, but the same wild grin on his face. You see around them Tabaxi fighting against one another, slaughtering other gnolls that are running screaming from before them. Out of the chaos steps the same elk-headed woman. Is this proof enough?
No. This is a vision you're planting in my head. You have given me no real physical proof of that anything you claim is true.
Physical proof of the future is not exactly something that is possible.
Then find a way if you want my assistance in this.
Your mission, Ven, is to support your brother. If your brother does as he has been asked, if he fulfills his mission, this can be avoided.
Why should I care? I don't know these people.
Because somewhere within you, Cervena.
By the way.
Oh,
That is a little
but-
bit of Ven is not a bad enough person to be completely uncaring about this, but she is at this point pretending to. So that was a rough ability check to see how well she can do it.
Okay.
How well she can lie it.
Because, Cervena, you and I both know that somewhere within you there is still a child who would have stopped to save even just a simple animal in suffering. You are not one drawn to carnage and death and chaos. You are one
And
of
yet you
children.
want me to kill people. Do you not see the contradictions?
You work.
You want my help, you give me physical proof.
You ask too much, Cervena. Make a will save.
Probably not enough. That's a whole 14.
You get this kind of. You feel not quite. I'm trying to describe this properly. You feel, even as you're saying these things, that your argument doesn't quite make sense. Maybe this woman isn't quite. Maybe she isn't what you expect, but maybe she is a little bit more trustworthy than you think.
Can I tell when someone is screwing with my head? Do I know myself well enough?
I don't think that you would have that ability. I don't see why you would. My mistress is not one to compel. She is not going to force your hand. The choice remains yours. But you must do what is right. 2 deaths to save thousands, perhaps millions.
You claim to know me as
On
well
your
as you
shoulders.
think. You should know that this kind of talking will not sway me.
And yet still that sense is there. This is not someone who would lie to you. This is someone who's maybe a friend.
Whatever she feels, Ven is probably not going to change her outward appearance. She's well trained.
Do what is right, Cervena.
Don't tell me what to do.
Support you. You need to be there for your brother. Your brother has a mission. You know what is the right thing to do. And she disappears along with the vision before her, and you find yourself again chasing your younger brother. We have to do it. You know what to do, Cervena. And then the dream fades into whatever you would normally experience. When you wake up, the dream is still, it's faded. You're not quite sure. You remember some of the horror of it, you feel like you remember something about blood and death, and you remember the Talevs being at the center of it, but the details are a little bit fuzzy. There is still that sense of trust what was said, but it's a little bit it's like a regular dream. It's a little bit hard to recall all of the specific details, but it's there. All right, I'm going to call the people back. I'm assuming you just took your 4-hour rest.
Yeah.
You went to sleep. Okay. All right.
I want to go back to trying tinkering then, but
Oh my gosh. Can you make your last craft check then? In that case.
this one.
Mm-hmm.
Big money, no Emmys. Actually, do I want to use that die? No, I don't. I want to use the other one because that's the one that rolled better. All right. It's a 17 craft check.
17. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I would say that you're able to, because you have the wheels, you have everything already cut out and stuff. You are able to assemble the last set of wheels and get them securely fastened. And you have, at least for right now, maybe not quite finessed. You haven't like sanded the wood or what have you, and the leather, like the leather straps, might be a little bit long. But you have functional
Crampon rollerblades.
You do.
Oh, they're done?
I have officially finished, well, roughly finished the crampon roller skates. They need finishing, Gabrielle said, but yay, only needing 4 hours of sleep.
Hooray!
That would be great in real life.
Yeah.
That would be really fun. All right. So you guys haven't. What time were you trying to wake up? Were you guys just trying to sleep normally? I know you guys were staying awake for a little bit longer, but what time are you guys trying to get up and at them? Any like specific time, or just like when morning comes, you're getting up?
I guess we just wait till morning.
I mean, I assume we went to bed a bit later than usual to try and, like, push back the sleep cycle.
Right. All right. So in that case, I'm going to say, when you guys wake up, other than the elves, at this point, the sunlight is streaming in through the windows, and it's easy to guess that it's about midday, and it feels like it's midday based on the heat, or mid-morning, sorry, not midday. Mid-morning based on the heat that is already like starting to cramp into the room.
Mm-hmm.
There, you can hear outside there is the usual traffic, and it sounds like it's hitting its peak with the morning market. But the day is yours to deal with. What would you all like to do?
Okay. All right. So, is there any last preparations that we need to make as a group? Anybody? All right. Cool. All right. So we're set as a group. Individuals. Is there anybody you need to talk to? Any crafting checks we need to make?
Gabrielle, if you could check your phone.
That's good. Oh, I forgot about that. Sorry.
I'm checking.
Yeah, I just got it. I did get your message. Thank you for bringing that up because I would have forgotten. Andrew, what did you say?
No, I was just trying to say, is there any group things we need to do? Are there any individual things? Any more crafting checks? Any more personal shopping errands? This is it. This is the last stop.
Well, I assume we're waiting till mid-afternoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is
I'll
what
tell you
guys
what.
plan to do.
Know what I would like to do? I got some extra cash. So you know what I would really like to do? I'm a superstitious kind of guy. I think I'd like to go to the temple and like just see if there's somebody maybe, or go around, see if there's anybody selling maybe like a good luck charm.
We might also consider looking around and seeing if we could buy any potions. just in case.
Okay. Do you want to go out with me and we'll see if we can find
Sure,
anything?
I'll go out with you. Yeah,
All right. Here we go.
let's go on a trip.
All right. So,
As you guys are heading down the stairs, there is a flash. Actually, no, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're good.
Oh.
Sorry, I misspoke.
all right.
Yeah. So you guys head down the
I had
stairs.
a weird moment where I thought there was a flash in my eyes.
We both walk out the door and go.
Okay, I'm gonna pause and say, Ethan, you have a pick in your mouth, and I did not see that in 3D, so it just looked like you had like the slightest smearing of lipstick on your lips, and I was just real confused.
Okay, it definitely does look like that. What do you have in your mouth?
It's a pick.
A guitar pick.
Okay.
But in case you guys didn't know, I'm gay.
Oh my word.
No, it actually though in your camera it really did look like you did like a really over exaggerated Cupid's bow on your lip
So
was what
Ethan
in really dark lipstick.
Ethan's real character is the Queen of Hearts.
Ben's been lying to us all.
Then, as played by Helena Bonham Carter, coming to a theater near you.
Oh goodness. Alright, so you guys head out towards so you
Right.
guys are heading for potions and the temple. As you guys head towards the main market, then you notice someone standing off to the side near one of the first tents at the entrance to the market, and it's a human. You recognize this person, Francis. You notice after a moment, this one human kind of standing off to the side at the entrance to the market, kind of mid-level height, darker skin, looks like he's Jabari. But you catch him glancing kind of a little bit pointedly towards you, before kind of relaxing against the back of the tent and starting to kind of munch on a piece of fruit. Might seem to mind his own business at that point.
I assume this is who I think it is, right?
Mm.
All right. So the thing is, I will inform Ven. And I will ask her if like we should know this person and should we either ignore him, try and sneak up on him, or should I turn and stare back at him pointedly?
Ven will glance over at the guy and go, and like, give me a minute.
All right. I'll take that as turn to him and stare pointedly.
Ven will go wander over.
Okay.
Can I help you? Oh God, Andrew, your face. The sad thing is the audience can't see that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's disappointing. Yes, ma'am. You looked like a friend of mine. I apologize. I did not mean to grab your attention. I must have mistook you for someone else. Do please accept my apologies. I did not mean to disturb your morning.
Suspicious. I'm not there though.
I'm sure I look like many people around here. Says tattooed, scarred, drow Ven in a human and Tabaxi city.
I do sincerely apologize. It was my mistake. I will continue moving.
Okay.
He gives you a half bow and and heads off quickly back into the marketplace, and quickly disappears into the crowd.
And goes back to Francis. That was weird.
Yes, it was.
That looked like someone I knew, but I guess not. That's creepy.
Is this an uh-oh moment?
I don't know, but maybe just in case, let's keep an eye around us.
The eyes will
Alright.
be peeled.
Well, that sounds very painful.
All right. Can I make a perception check to see if there's any other peculiar-looking characters hanging around?
You certainly may do.
Likewise.
Not brilliant, not terrible. That's going to bring me to a Blapadap 13.
Terrible. Natural 2 plus something.
I am the only peculiar-looking character that you see.
That's a total of 10.
Yes, the peculiarness ends and begins with you two.
I am a bit peculiar looking.
You know, hey, it's all right. Us peculiar.
It's the tattoo.
It's the accent. Us peculiar folk gotta stick together.
We do. We haven't
Alright.
spent time together. We should do this more.
We should.
You should join girls' nights.
Well, let me tell you.
Tell us everything your mom says.
Well, that'd be quite a test, but I do believe I'm up to it.
Alright, so you guys head, where do you guys want to go to? The temple or the, or
Go
to
to
the...
temple first. Go for it.
Okay.
Let's just go to the temple. I just want to see if there's any hawkers. Is anybody selling some good luck charms? And I want to see is among them. Can I find anywhere that symbol of the Black Court of the Sunset Queen?
Okay. So you find just an acolyte kind of there's a number of acolytes kind of wandering around and greeting people, and there is one kind of with who looks a bit more shabbily dressed and looks kind of sulky, sitting at like a little table, surrounded by a small throng of like older tabaxi and older humans, all with like a few silver coins in their hands. Yes, holy symbols. You can buy them here. He looks bored out of his mind, and you see a couple other acolytes kind of look over at him and kind of snicker to themselves. With the priest the priest kind of looks over at them imposingly.
Hey, you were here before, right? With Felix, right?
I was, yes.
Do you have a terrible problem if I look around? Because I wasn't here, and this kind of looks cool.
Have at it.
I'll be back in a minute. Thanks.
Okay.
We don't
Fran-
really have temples back in elf society.
Elfdom's lack of temples.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yes. So Francis, you approach you approach this table, and the kids kind of, as the older women kind of hurry off, bowing to like the different statues set up around the interior of the temple. There's others like praying quietly, and priests kind of walking among the pews and speaking quietly with some of the people there. Yes, how can I help you? We are selling. Yes, if you will make a donation to the temple, there are these holy symbols here. They will protect you from many types of harm.
All right. Well, all right. Sell me on some of these holy symbols, son. Which ones should I wear? Not really from around here.
He kind of just gives you a weird look. I mean, there's lots of different ones. They're all protective. This one, he points at what looks to be a female tabaxi carrying like a small kit in her hand and in her arms. This one is the protective mother. She will watch over you and guide you like a mother. And there's something about babies also. This one, he points to like what looks like a blazing sun. This one is the warrior. He will guide your steps and protect you from bandits on your travel ways.
This kid's dying.
It's like turning into like bored jester.
Lad, tell me, I know a little bit about the gods of your people from some traveler friends of mine, some merchants. Really, is there a charm perhaps of the goddess Aphomet? Sure, is there one of those that I could acquire at this
The
this
kid
table?
kind of gives you just a very scandalized look. She's not a goddess. Aphomet, she was. You had best not say those. You cannot say things like that. You will find yourself very quickly in trouble with the law. Aphomet is not a goddess. Aphomet is dead. We do not venerate. He kind of stumbles over the word as if he's little. He looks like he just learned the word. We do not venerate such blasphemers here. You will have to ask somewhere else.
He's using his SAT word of the day.
SAT word of the day. He's like one of those little word of the day calendars hanging up behind the table. All right. I do apologize to you and your people and your culture and your gods and all that. So how much for the protective mother charm?
We do not impose a price upon the holy symbols per se, but we require that you make a donation to the temple in honor of our beloved gods and goddesses in order to receive a holy symbol. But we would not presume to charge for the protection of the gods and goddesses, but a donation is encouraged.
How much donation is generally encouraged?
He kind of counts. He starts like kind of poking through the basket. You hear him mumble to himself, 5 silver, 4, 6. Can we stick 10 silver?
You know what?
Oh, a gold.
A gold. I will give the lad 1 gold piece, and I will say, well, thank you. I think I can take all the help I can get out there.
Thank you very much. He kind of bows to you. May the blessings of our gods and goddesses be upon you.
Don't get too
And he
excited,
kind of,
son.
As you're moving away, you see him kind of look at you very like trying to be stealthy, but very obviously, and then stick the gold piece in his pocket.
Hey! I was gonna turn around. I'm just gonna turn around and go. And just go and say, I gotta say to you, for someone so young, your parents have to be so proud of you and your family, and just, you are entrusted with so much responsibility. Just, it does my heart good to see a young man with so much potential and promise, and doing such a good job taking care of the temple's holy bullion. It's
What's
the gold bullion,
what?
son. The cash.
What? Oh.
It just,
I am simply a humble servant.
good. And
I presume no. I don't try to be anything more than that.
Well, very good. Keep using your big words until they taste a little better in your mouth.
Keep that calendar.
What do words taste like?
They taste like knowledge, son. They taste like success. And if you keep chewing on them, you're gonna go far, boy. You're gonna go far. I'm gonna turn...
One of the priests kind of like leans over and shushes. Shh. This is a place of worship.
Well, you're selling stuff in the place of worship. That seems to be your problem. Alright, I'm just gonna walk out.
Alright, were you just disappearing too?
I don't know. I'm just gonna.
And you walk away. Okay, back.
I'm going to walk away. I was about to say again for the second time. I was about to take a sip out of my flask when I realized it's filled with poison.
One day you're gonna forget.
Oh my gosh.
Tell Francis.
My dude, buy a new flask.
Oh, I'll do that
Okay,
too.
make an you know what? Make an intelligence check to see if you actually remember this.
I immediately regret my decision. To say anything.
You can do it with advantage because you as a character, as you as a player, actually remembered. I just want to see.
I rolled a 17 and a 16.
Okay, you're fine.
You see Francis gesturing with this flask, they just go, though I have to say, when we're shopping, can I get a new flask?
You can certainly look for one. Are
Is this
you
a
heading
hip
back out
flask?
into
Are
the
you like
market?
Mad-Eye Moody?
What was that? Yes.
He hasn't seen.
it-
Have you seen that? Did you see that?
Which
one?
wait, which movie?
No, Mad Eye Moody.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
All right, so I'm gonna hunt for a new flask. And what is the other thing we're looking for with you, Tasha? We were trying to find.
I was thinking that it might be good for the party to have some basic healing potions on hand.
Oh, yep. And oh, hats. We should find hats.
Yes.
Please make Ben Mirrors an orange turban.
Yes.
The miracle is
No.
Yes, I know. You're going to slip my throat in my sleep.
Ooh, like big gardening hats.
Yeah, we gotta get them, and we have to put like pretty flowers on the edges.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
No, but in all seriousness.
So are you heading out?
We'll get
Are
some
you,
roses for then, and some
Azalea would
azalea flowers for
definitely
Azalea, and
Flowers.
Clover for Clover.
Azalea? What about Azalea, Harley?
I said Azalea would definitely decorate them with flowers.
We'd have to cut ear holes for Clover.
Francis, are you just heading out? Are you waiting for
Yeah,
Ven, or are you just going?
I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna watch the ins and outs of the temple. I'm gonna watch people come in and out of the temple, but I'm gonna keep my eye out for that librarian lady or anybody else who looks a little skulky.
Sketchy.
You can make a general perception check.
14.
You keep your eye around and you see people kind of just moving in and out. There's, as it's the middle of the day, you're seeing mostly you mostly just see kind of older folks wandering in and out. You get the sense that based on the smells in here, it smells like incense has kind of been burning for most of the morning. You assume probably any like working class people have probably like already been and gone and done their sort of prayers and sacrifices and so on. You do not see anyone sketchy. There are guards that kind of patrol around the outside, and there are a couple standing within this like sanctuary area. To kind of keep an eye on things, but nothing sketchy happens while you're standing there waiting.
All right.
All right. Anything else that you want to do
Oh, Ethan,
in the temple?
Ethan, can you just send me the stats for that sword you gave me when you get a chance?
oh, that's right, you're dual wielding now.
Yes.
You're the one that gave it to me, my dude. When you were DMing.
I was about to say like, like what's
It's just a masterwork longsword.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
So I don't remember if you said masterwork +1, +2, +3, whatever.
It was probably it had to be just +1.
Then it's the stats of a regular longsword,
Yes.
+1 on attack and damage.
Yes. I forgot that I had to give it to you.
Doggo.
Taco?
Doggo. There was a dog outside.
Aw.
Oh wait, can I even
Doggo.
wield a longsword?
Hmm?
All right. As you guys stand there for like, so you're staying there watching for probably a good like 5 to 10 minutes. And eventually your eye does fall back on Ven, who's kind of just watching all the proceedings going around. And sometime later, she turns and starts heading back towards you, followed by a tabaxi with kind of coppery red fur, interstriped, interspersed with white stripes. And she nods to you. You guys
She's
going?
so she
Just had
not,
just
nods.
sorry,
to
I'm
us.
like my brain is not functioning properly.
Wait,
Um,
wait, where precisely is it? Is this while I'm waiting outside? Or is this while we're
oh
going
wait, oh
shopping?
you were outside. Yeah, so this she follows out behind Cervena.
And she nods at
Um,
me?
yes.
Do I recognize her?
No.
I'm going to nod back.
Okay. One sec.
I don't know. What kind of nod is it? Is that nod? Is the nod? Is it the chin jut? Is it?
Just kind of a gentle, respectful nod.
All right. I will nod neighborly in return. Neighborly.
All right. You guys, I don't know, neighborishly,
Laboriously.
neighborfully.
Laboriously.
So, Francis, you guys start heading towards back towards the center of the market.
What time is it right about now?
Why am I looking at my watch? It's about you guess it's about 11, nearing noonish.
Okay.
The sun is about to kind of hit its apex in the sky.
Okay.
It is hot. So you guys head towards in terms of potions, you would ask around a little bit and you find it doesn't take you long to find what looks like a tent with like an herbalist sitting inside, just kind of and she has several pots, like clay pots and not pots, jars, sorry, filled with different herbs and just the scent of like lavender and other you assume sort of indigenous plants kind of fill the air. Sorry, my brain is not creatively working today.
Okay. All right.
Good morning. How may I be of assistance to you?
Are you buying or am I or what?
I don't know. Who's our party?
Do you have healing potions? I guess we'll figure it out if she does have something, so.
I do. I have they do fetch a bit of a price. But for are you looking you're looking for healing potions, not simply a sort of are my poultices or salves?
Yes.
Yes, I do sell them. And you would recognize them. They would be. She has multiple cure light wounds potions available, and a couple of cure moderate wounds. Yes, the cure light wounds. They're 10 gold each, and the moderate are 15 or whatever. I guess whatever the colloquial equivalent to cure moderate wounds is.
Ye olde gooder Tylenol.
Folks, would people be okay with us pulling from the group this, since they're kind of to try and keep anyone in the party alive?
Sure. This sounds fine to me.
Thank you.
I mean,
Harley, Ethan?
That's kind of what makes the most sense, isn't it?
yeah. Healing
Okay.
potions are always a good thing to have around.
All right.
Especially because I have so few hit points, so I can go down so easily,
Yeah.
and then who's healing people?
Tasha, do you
Yeah.
want to take the lead on purchasing potions?
Sure, how many you got? Don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not. That went completely over my head. She has. You're saying she has 6 of the cure light wounds and 2 of the moderate.
What do you think, Francis?
How many? How? She had 2 moderate and how many minor?
6 minor or light or
Not
whatever they
all
are.
of them.
Yeah, I'm thinking we might buy her out. It's not half bad prices.
How much would you say?
It was 10 for a light and 15 for a medium.
Holy crap! Buy the whole lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait,
All right.
can I check to make sure she's telling the truth and these actually are healing potions and not just colored liquids?
Good idea.
You certainly may do so.
Sense motiving. Oh, that's good. In what's my new set? 24.
Nice.
Okay. Interesting. You look at her and she seems fully honest. You look at you glance at the potions, they look like potions that you've bought before. There's nothing seemingly out of the ordinary with them. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. So you buy out the stuff. I greatly appreciate your business. Thank you.
All right.
And do come again.
Okay, so that's 90 gold. Oh god, I can't do basic math.
That's all right.
I can do basic math. I got this. And alright, 6
You
cure
got all-
light.
Would that be? That's 10 times.
10 times 6.
Oh, I see. Sorry, my brain didn't work. You're good. I forgot that I had said that there were 2 of the moderate. Does show how well we're doing today. All right. So with your newly acquired potions, Francis, you step out first, and you realize that the tabaxi is standing outside waiting for you.
Oh no! Hello there.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Yeah. Mhm. Yep. Fine day.
You have. She kind of just gives you a placid smile.
So, funny seeing you again.
Well, guess we're gonna have to go with this. Francis, this is Isab. She's a friend of mine from a few years back.
Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you. Your name is Isab.
Isab, yes.
Isab.
Ben looks
How
less than pleased with the word friend.
how would I spell Isab?
ISAB.
ISAD?
AB
Ah,
is AB.
okay. Isab.
She was at the temple and ran into each other.
All right, tabaxi with reddish fur and white stripes. Stripes. Friends. Sorry. With.
Ben sort of like puts this woman mildly to her back and then gives a look that's like, oh, I didn't want to see this person again.
To me.
This is weird and a little uncomfortable.
Do I understand what she's trying to communicate?
Make a sense motive check, I guess.
All right, here we go. Not great. Not great at all. Sense motive. That's going to take me to a big number 7.
So I'm basically making faces.
You're making a weird face.
You get it's like, that one scene with Rabbit in Winnie the Pooh, just it's like
Right.
you nod knowingly.
I'm gonna nod knowingly up and go. How badly can? No, I wouldn't misinterpret it that badly.
Wait, do it.
No,
Do it.
no. I was
Do it in as much as your character would.
All right, yeah. So I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go. Yeah. The good ones always get away. All right. So here's what. So I'm gonna. So I'm.
Okay, did you just? No.
So I'm just gonna go. Well, Isab, it is a pleasure to see you again, and I'm sure you and Ven want to spend a lot of time catching up. So I am just gonna leave the two of you to it while I go get more flasks so I can still drink in the desert.
I'll come with you. We'll get flasks together.
All right. Well, in that case, Isab, it was such a pleasure to meet you. At this point, I'm even dumb me is enough to realize you're upset. So I'm just gonna be like, well, Isab, it was a pleasure to meet you. I'm gonna do like a full flourish and bow and like spout a few more things and give you time to get away. I may even kiss a paw.
You're quite the charmer, so. Well,
Why am I the world's most useless character?
You are not the world's most useless character.
that was hilarious. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. Ben, are you moving?
I will start walking off towards the stand for flasks.
Towards the flask stand.
The flask stand.
Flasks are us.
The stand for
How to
flasks.
buy a flask in as many minutes as it takes to find a flask stand.
Yes. So then you start walking off, and Isab kind of smiles at you. Francis looks at you. Francis, you're very charming, sir. This is a bit of an awkward situation, but I am. Forgive me. I am not at all romantically involved in Savannah's life, nor have I ever been.
It's all right. I mean,
No, please.
Is it canon now that Ven is bi?
If you want it to be, that is up to you.
I want to see a fight to death between this person and the old chieftain. I want to see a duel.
Another one of my poor decisions.
Oh god.
Smitten.
Oh, the turntable. Oh, the
I realized
turntable.
I deserved that.
That's the
It is
sound.
my turn now.
That's the sound of demon spawn.
Very promptly followed by that.
So you do not. We are not romantically involved. As Ashim and I am a friend. My wayward husband's husband.
Wait, your wayward husband's husband?
Carry on my wayward husband.
I mean, I'll say.
My wayward husband has been trying to entangle himself with your friend Savannah, and I have come to
Oh! It would
try
be.
and sort these threads out.
Oh.
So
She might be sticking with me for a little.
Oh.
I thought you walked off. Are you still there?
That's spicy. I'm just gonna say that out loud while we're in conversation. Sorry.
Okay, no. Sorry, that was a delayed me laughing at spicy. That was funny, but I just wanted to make Ben. You were not.
No, I wasn't. You're right. I walked
Yes.
off. I just
Okay,
forgot that I'd done it.
You're good. So, both for my sake and for the sake of my husband's head, I feel that it is best if I try and catch up and work with with your friend Savannah to try and iron these things out. But I promise I will be of no imposition to any of you.
Oh no, it's
Or
quite all
to
right.
you.
I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say. I will say out loud. Now I just need to figure out where we're going to house a married woman in our 3 2-person tents for a 7-person party. Not a problem at all. Why don't you come on? Let's go buy a
What do you
flask.
mean? We weren't estranged lovers.
Let's go buy. Let's see now. See this throws a wrench. Into Kira's sleeping scheme that she put in chat.
Wait, what was her sleeping scheme?
Well, her sleeping scheme was that you get we put the girls with their animal companions in one tent, and you put the boys whose name starts with an F in the next tent, and then you put the siblings in clover in the third tent. 'Cause that just makes things incredibly awkward.
I hate you all.
Hey, that was
want you
Kira,
to
not
know
us.
That was Kira, Ethan. You just told Kira. That is not nice. You apologize to our
Don't tell
fan.
that you
Yes,
hate
our
her.
fans like that.
Apologize to our fans. No, we have Scott. Sorry, Scott. Half of our fan base has been alienated by your on-stream comments.
Honey, my darling, I think most of them were alienated by your dance moves earlier. I alienated everybody. And now we're killing off. Are you okay?
Choked on something. I was trying not to spit out my liquid, laughing, and instead I choked on it.
Guys, we're just being real efficient this time. Real efficient.
I think Francis's secret superpower is to guilt trip people he meets.
Francis, she passes. Oh no! Please do not let me disrupt.
It's all right.
Whatever the two of you have going on there.
Oh.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
well, so here's the
I
thing.
fully respect her choices.
You know,
Did
it's
I
all right.
Did I just go from being in a love triangle to being in a love rectangle?
Where?
Love the square.
Wait. No, this is Pentagon. We've got the Knoll guy and her husband and her, and now Francis and me.
Wouldn't it just be a panhandle though? Because he's
Oh,
got
what?
no romantic attachment to anyone.
Hello, Panhandle.
No,
Well, he
because
doesn't have a
you
romantic
square
attachment
and
with
then
me
there.
either, as far as I know.
Francis is very.
It's a square with a dot.
That's me.
It's a love Big Dipper.
Francis is the Zoidberg of the Forgotten.
Yes, it's a Big Dipper, and like with just an open top, so that all the other men can just come jumping into it.
When did this happen? Spiraling out of control.
As always.
Well, I'm just gonna go. Well, you know, that's all right. You know, things people say can be misinterpreted. And, you know, here's the thing. My mother and my father, they went through their share of relationship problems. And you know what? They talked to me extensively about these. Some people say this explains a lot of things about me, but that's okay. So I want you to feel like you can tell me all about your relationship problems. So I'm
She's just gonna hold the bit.
I'm actually gonna put my hand on her back
necessary.
and start to like move her in the direction of Ven.
What did you say?
I may be being nice, but I don't trust her. I don't like her. So I'm actually gonna start trying to move her. Like I'm gonna put my hand like friendly like on her back, but start to walk in the direction of Ven and be like we're going this way now.
So you're going in the direction of
Yeah,
Ven,
I'm following Ven.
Okay.
Because because if she's friends with Ven, she can probably kill me before I can blink. So.
What makes you say that?
I have no idea. Oh, she's not an assassin name. Tasha, you don't play an assassin anymore.
Why is everyone forgetting that? I'm not an assassin. I'm a tinkerer.
The world's
Agree.
sneakiest tinkerer.
Nope. That's not coming out of my mouth. I caught that one in time.
she's hanging upside down outside somebody's window, just playing with tinker toys. Just.
Well, I was thinking, what do tinkerers do? They hammer things, they screw things. No, there's a not coming out of my mouth in that context. I caught it before my foot hit my mouth this time.
Before the screws came in.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I
Um.
did not anticipate that sudden problem with my job.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just gonna.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna start moving her friendly like in the direction of Van.
So I guess we buy a flask.
Yes. At this point, then you are like face kind of ears burning
The
a little bit.
drow go pink or blue when they blush.
Yes, whatever shade of
They
green.
go. They absolutely go purple.
Mauve.
Yes,
Ven is looking purple.
purple with shame and rage. You approach the.
I'm still talking.
You wordlessly approach the flask stand.
Flask stand.
And yes. Wait, what?
I've also been forgetting to do quotes so far.
Why is flask? What's so? What? Text me.
No.
Do it.
No.
Andrew, text me. He doesn't get it either.
That was an interesting laugh.
What the
You
hell
sounded like
was
a
that?
pig out there.
Like a pig.
Someone else is starting to have a weird laugh.
What? Okay, now you have to tell me. So it doesn't take you long. You are able to find a nice flask in this menagerie of different. They're pretty similar. They're metal or maybe wrapped with leather, but you buy yourself a flask. And yeah, that's it. At this point, as you're paying for the flask, which is, I would say it's about like it's a silver piece. Oh my gosh, you two. Text me or I will kill you.
We got a lot of murdering going on. Ethan's killing me.
Guys,
Gabriella's killing Ethan and Andrew.
Guys, we need to social distance our murder.
I can still I don't know how bad of a shot are each of us. Can we kill somebody from 6 feet away? I feel like that's.
I feel like it's
easy
hard
enough
to
do.
miss at that point.
Exactly. I feel like I would somehow manage to. Just knowing me. Anyway, as you finish paying for this flask, sorry, I feel really bad. Harley and Noah are just like left on the fringes. I'm sorry. As you finish paying for the flask, you see Frances approaching with Isab, hand on her shoulder, but with a very expression of like, do you want me to cut? Do you want me to beat her up? Or whatever expression.
I can take care of this.
Here's your flask.
Ooh, does it look like my old flask?
What did your old flask
I
look
don't know. We never talked about it.
like? Roll a percentile dice. I don't know. Probably.
No.
It's a flask. 50-50 chance.
50-50. All right.
In the meantime,
Alright.
you guys were looking for hats, correct?
18.
18. Wonder of wonders, it looks like your flask.
Oh, balls.
Here, hang on. I'm sure I have like some chalk or something.
Chalk.
Oh, then has paint.
Okay.
He bought paint. So I'll put a smiley face on your flask or something in paint. When we get back to the
is
end.
this to distinguish it? Oh, then you would have had the brains to pick something that does not look like his flask.
Oh, okay. But just to be safe, I would like Ben I'd like him to put a smiley face on the safe flask and a skull
Ben
on
is
the bad
her.
flask. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was thinking. I thought you said that Then has paint. I'm sorry.
Ven does have paint, yes.
All right.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yes.
Oh, I see. So yes, you can have that marked eventually. You guys head off back to the Hattery place. Do you guys got the turban in Telmarna, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna say you guys go back to the same hat place. Greetings, it is good to see you again. What's hats? Would come back for the lovely hats. Would the rest of you look
Hat
like a
extravaganza.
turban? I see that it was a popular.
Oh wait, hang on. Didn't you get
We already bought those.
you bought
We already-
Bruce's last time.
We already bought head
Oh,
covering.
you're right. You did.
We already bought
Never mind.
head coverings to this person. I just want to come by. I want to tell them how much we love our head coverings and that they're a great business.
Absolutely, we have many other colors of beautiful turbans coming out soon.
Oh, we should buy our new friend. We should buy Isab the ugliest hat they have as a gift from us to her. So also so we can never
Ben
lose.
flashes you a look which is like, I love you.
Yes, when I think of romance, I think of Ethan.
Okay, you gotta use it right though.
I mean, the thing is, it has to be the battle cry of a constipated Ethan.
You sound like you're trying to poop out a lung. We have a kidney stone? Jeez. Okay, I'm sorry. This is turning into the Us show, and I feel really
Maybe we should get back to the inn so other people can
so
get
other
join.
people can play.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. I'm gonna make this real fast. Make a perception check.
Perception check me.
Yeah, either of you, just to see how
That's an 18
hideous.
from me.
18?
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
You find this gem, this absolute gem of a head covering. It is a turban that has been rolled in every single dye imaginable and somehow has turned into some mix of vibrant, muddy, just like barf color. Just like every single thing. There are feathers stuck into it. It has like, it seems to like shimmer. They somehow found some sort of like shimmery material to like overlay with it. It's like basically this like obnoxiously ugly shimmery silk turban with feathers just like popping out in like this gorgeous plume. So the shopkeeper looks at, yes, it's a little bit dusty. It's been shoved deeply into the back recesses where it can never be seen again. And the woman kind of looks at it like, oh, I see. Oh, you like this? Well,
It's beautiful.
absolutely. For you, 15 gold.
15 gold? Should we split it between us?
This is a prize.
You've got to be kidding.
This is a this. For someone, if you have seriously dug this thing out of here with as much care and love as it takes to find this thing, that must be something special to you.
We'll give you 10.
Done.
Okay, this hat is supposed to be as expensive as a potion. Most people couldn't afford a tenth of that for a hat.
5 each.
Y'all-
Five gold each.
5 each.
5 each. we just drop it. Isab, our new friend. This is to cheer you up. Problems with your loved ones can burden on your heart, but you will never need to be sad wearing this glorious plumage. This is a goodwill offering showing you our acceptance into this group, and we are so utterly proud. We're so proud.
Francis is starting to cry, like it's a fake cry.
I'm gonna put it on your head slightly cockeyed and just say, yes, yes, and then just who is smitten with who?
Yes, the answer is yes.
It's a three-way smoten.
We're all just smitten with this hat.
Thank you, Francis.
Pet love.
I will wear it proudly.
She wants to kill me, doesn't she?
She just smiles at you. Shall we where to next?
Home?
Perhaps we should.
Back to a place where everybody else is, so everybody else can get in on this, and this is not just the three of us show.
Yes.
So you guys head back to the inn, laden with your purchases.
I want to keep her in front of me the whole time.
Because it's a god-awful hat.
Mainly because I want to look at the hat.
Your greatest achievement.
So you put her in front, and you notice that she kind of casts a glance over her shoulder at you periodically. Then you have a higher perception. You get that you can see from her expression that she like doesn't seem to like being in this position of being basically followed, but she complies. She doesn't say anything, and you guys traipse into the inn, and immediately, like within moments, the innkeeper's yes, it is the camel. My good sir said. Kind of stares at the.
I'm just gonna walk up the stairs. I don't care anymore.
All right. Felix and Azalea, and I guess Clover's also in there. You guys, the door is shoved open by. Well, I guess at this point you guys can open the door. Felix, but you look up as this woman in the most hideous hat that you have ever laid eyes on, and you have seen Fenn's turban. The ugliest thing you've ever seen in your entire lives. And it is attached to the head of a coppery red furred tabaxi that you do not recognize. Who kind of raises her eyes. There are more in your party. What is this? She kind of she looks at Ven with a kind of disdainful glance. Is this a harem or something?
Clearly, there's not the right number of rooms meant for it to be a harem.
That is fair.
Hello. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Azalea. What's your name?
My name is Isab. It is
Isab,
good to
pleasure
meet
to
you.
meet you.
Well,
Can I get you anything? Would you like a cup of tea? A piece of bread?
Ven looks at Francis and is like, "Did she explain to you?
Did who explain to who?
Did Isab explain to you?"
No.
why?
See, now he's tongue-tied with her.
No, he's just straight up lying.
Oh, duh. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Isab will turn to Azalea. Yes, I would not at all
Sorry.
mind it. Just a cup of tea.
Of course. Azalea will start making a cup of tea and be like, "So what brings you here?"
This is on you.
I can't
Me?
tell if you're saying that in character or out of character.
That's in character.
To me?
Ven is very clearly looking like, I don't want to explain this.
I do apologize
Also,
for the incursion.
Sorry, you said Felix and Clover and Azalea. Is Ben in there?
Oh yeah. Sen would be. Well, I'm assuming Sen's in there. Who? Who else?
Who just had the ghost voice happen?
Well, that's cool.
Oh, cool. Well, the stream is haunted. Neat.
Yes.
Azalea, could I have some tea too?
Of course. Did anybody else want some?
Oh yeah. I guess everybody's. I forgot about Amari.
Want a
Amari
drink?
exists too. In this
You know,
universe.
I'll just make a pot big enough that we can all have some.
I can help you with that if you would like. Thank you, Azalea. You are very kind. Isabel kind of, well, it is a bit of a delicate story, but my husband has.
You know how I have a stalker?
Yeah.
Is that what we're calling it? A stalker.
You know you have a
You mentioned
the
it.
You know
computer's
how
breaking up.
Oh.
I can't hear you.
Did Harley just break up for anyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
I said, you know how there's the guy who sends me notes and who I've called, like, the weird stalker guy?
Uh-huh.
That's her husband.
Oh! Francis is gonna go do the double O's and look back and forth
I
between the
believe
two.
so.
Yeah,
I am so
So-
sorry.
we need to sort that out.
Harley, did you hear? Did you hear what was said?
No.
The stalker
Ven's
guy
stalker is this lady's husband.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would be
Ven
a
is
problem.
very, very specifically not looking at her brother.
Oh, but your brother is staring daggers at you.
Clover was
Wait.
kind of just, kind of eyebrows raised.
What?
Ben is like purple.
Yes, I'm kind of just. I do not quite appreciate such a characterization of my husband, wayward as he may be. But I cannot imagine that that was purely of his own.
Who's what?
We should have Ghost Voice again.
I think somebody's talking on Harley's end.
Oh, it might be Beth.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
hi, Beth.
Beef. Tell Beef hi.
Beef.
She says hello.
Yes.
Anyway, I do not quite appreciate such a characterization as, despite his wayward habits, I'm sure you'll forgive me if I believe that you may have done something to attract his attention, Savannah.
I don't care what you believe. I just want it over with.
Well, I suppose we should try and find him, shouldn't we?
Oh, he's missing.
Missing from me? I have not seen him.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
I was hoping that your friend Savannah here would be able to point me in the correct direction.
Yeah.
Nope.
I've been missing my mother a lot lately, so maybe if you need to talk about missing a loved one, we could talk about that a lot more.
I think that will. His status as a loved one is beginning to slip, so I think we can avoid such conversation right now, if that's alright with you.
Well, this marriage is on the rocks. Marriage Counselor Francis is out.
You hear a little bit of a click from the corner that I'm probably sitting in, and I lift up Black Rose, looking at Cervena, and say, "I do make excellent threats when I need to."
Okay, that took me a while to connect to what you were just why are you afraid of cocking your gun at your sister?
Oh, I'm not cocking it. I'm just loading it.
I know, just I didn't quite follow why.
Did you think he was threatening me?
No, it just was such a non sequitur. It was just what?
Ben looks like she would very happily stick her head underwater and stay that way for the rest of time.
Oh goodness. So, you seem to be. There are a good number of you.
Yes, and as you see, your husband is not here.
Well, I suppose I should. I do not quite know how to proceed at this point, then.
Are you capable?
Maybe he's lost in the desert.
Knowing him,
That
is
sounds
very-
right. Let's go to the desert. Anywhere but here.
Oh no. Oh man.
I would assume. Well, as long as there is someone with long enough legs out in the desert, I'm sure he can be found out there.
Leg man. Huh.
Well, you see, no offense, Savannah. You see how tall she is.
I can't help that.
That's what he says. He can't help it.
Alright, so he's a leg man. I will make a note of this.
Why?
Because if that matters enough, that's when the no. I'm
Francis is gonna go in the washroom and start shaving his legs.
Francis going in drag.
Well, hi, baby.
Hello.
Francis is a drag queen now. It's canon.
Francis is. All right. So first of all, I was actually asking. Okay, so I'm legitimately asking because here's the thing. So if this guy has a pattern, I can't believe I'm about to say this sentence, but if this guy has the same creepy pattern, we should look for other obviously distressed leggy women in our trip out to the desert, being in the general proximity of a large tabaxi.
Can you please put that into the quote list? Because I can almost understand half the words, but the half I understood were hysterical.
Generally distressed leggy women.
That is going right into the quotes list.
Somebody please do that because I did not catch all of what got said.
I'm working on it right now.
Thank you.
Why? Why are we like this?
This is
Okay, look. I had to kidnap the innocent a bunch of years back. Her husband helped me out. Now, whenever he's drunk, I get notes from him being like, "Come spend time with me."
Ugh! I will
Okay,
actually make that
that's-
noise.
This man drunk texts you? Nice.
But like, I'm not in the city, so not usually.
Alright. Does he live here? Do they normally live here? Do y'all folks live here? I'm just gonna ask Esau after asking everybody.
Yes, we live in we do live in Jalbar. We do not typically frequent Town Marna.
Lives here.
We live closer to the border. To the border. We live closer to the border.
Okay. Close to border, and they might be French.
Someone asked if I was capable. Capable of what? I'm sorry.
Are you
Murder.
capable in the field?
The times the. Oh my gosh. Shut your face. Shut your mouth.
I think you
yourself-
broke Andrew.
Be quiet.
What's happening right now?
I don't know. Someone sit down next to Azalea.
Turn off your microphone.
What is that laugh?
I'm not the only one with a weird laugh.
I'm so glad. With you, I've joined the club of people where we can laugh.
Andrew! Cry out loud.
Well, that has brought out Tasha's weird laugh. And mine.
I don't have Excuse me. Like I'm in an asylum. Y'all need to stop.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Andrew, you can't microphone, please, for the love of God. Sounds like somebody's being murdered.
Sorry. 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 Ooh. 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 All right.
Okay,
Oh, it's
me and my crown if you're gonna keep birthing it.
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Oh my word! This is officially the list. This is the,
Giving birth to.
oh, this is the list. Okay. Oh. Oh.
Okay, this whole session needs to just be deleted.
Oh my word, guys! Oh my word!
This is gonna be on the internet forever.
Oh, can it not?
I'm very confused as to what's currently going on.
That's a really good question.
Love squares and dots, my man. Love squares and dots.
No, I could try and explain it to you, but if you have not been here, there is no way to explain.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've done so much to drown. I'm so sorry. It's like,
You really.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Also, can I point out this was not where I expected this to go?
Neither did I. Okay. I can't ask this question now.
The bones. Like if they found elephant bones, they can
We're
look
so stupid. I can't think. What field are you? What experience are you referring?
No. All right, guys.
All right. All right.
I say we
all
take a
right,
10.
out
Let's
of
take a
character.
5-minute break. 5-minute break. Get the sillies out, and we'll get back.
You go.
All
You
right.
go. We need to keep this moving.
Gabrielle,
Yes.
this is out of character, and it's going to probably cause more laughter. But a little bit of exposition here. Fenrir has no idea what she's referring to other than the field of exploration and combat because he is, how shall I say, a virgin. Very much so. And has no idea like what could possibly being referred to here.
She definitely was not referring to that. That was Andrew
Okay.
entirely.
Okay. I just wanted, that's why I was saying it out of character, because I wanted to be like, what is being inferred here?
Yeah, no, she's not going to infer herself as a whore.
I figured.
What field of experience are you referring to? I'm sorry.
Are you capable of defending yourself?
I should.
Are you a fighter of any form?
Not by trade. I mean, I am a merchant's wife. I am capable of. I've learned some ways to cover my back, as it were. Would that be necessary? Is that necessary? I'm.
We have a tendency to run into some unsavory types in our travel. And I would make the offer to you that you may come with us in an attempt to try to track down your husband. But I don't want you to be putting yourself in danger, and no offense, our group is not capable of defending dead weight.
Eloquently eloquently put, but I can understand your sentiments. I do not believe that I will burden you overmuch, but I appreciate your willingness to accommodate me traveling with you.
Or whether it's like actually because of the zoo itself.
Are we leaving soon?
Now, if you guys would like to sit down, I believe we were about to take lunch.
Azalea will promptly walk over with a pot of tea and whatever she's created for lunch and be like, lunch is ready.
I greatly appreciate your hospitality. I do not wish to hold you up in any way. If that is, if I am to travel with you, I will. I believe I will take the tea that has been offered because I did ask for it. So I will not shun you in that manner. But I should quickly return to my quarters and retrieve my belongings if I am to come with you. I shall return within the hour, I believe.
Very well.
All right, so she'll quickly she will drink the tea, complimenting Azalea on the lovely flavor of it and recommending like a couple other blends that she's tried or created or what have you. and then she kind of hurries out of the inn room and disappears down the stairs.
She better come back with that hat.
I feel like
She does come back shortly afterward, sans hat.
I'm not leaving until she. Never mind.
The term in between her departure and her return, but she has her belongings in like what seems to be a neat bundle. So, where is it that we are going?
What time is it?
Anywhere but here.
It's like early afternoon, maybe like 1-ish.
Oh, Azalea.
Yes.
They might need a little bit more polishing, but here for you.
Azalea looks super excited and is like, oh, thank you. I'm so excited to try these.
You can give them a try if you want. I'll show you how they strap on. You should be able to just strap them onto different boots if you ever get better boots.
Shut up!
So Azalea will put them on and skate around the room.
Ooh,
No.
how cool are they? How cool do these boots look?
The cramp-on roller skates.
Yes. I'm very into this.
But to get a full picture of this, remember Azalea's like less than 3 feet tall, is wearing a flowery dress and riding around on roller skates.
Yes, she looks the picture of bizarre but adorable.
Do they
She's-
help increase speed?
They do. I would say. What's your base speed at this point, Azalea?
Let me see if my computer will reopen the thing.
It's pretty hard.
Well, it'd just be for halfling, right?
Yeah,
It's 20 feet, right?
I
I
so.
think so.
That would
But
be correct.
Yeah.
All right, then I will say that will take you back up to 30.
But I also
Ooh.
understand.
Good job. Good job, Savannah.
Nice.
What?
Azalea keeps thanking her.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
You seem
Something feels
quite
right
the
today.
Good.
you seem quite the assortment of characters. She'll look over at Felix. And young sir, what is your name? I believe I've been introduced to everyone except for you.
I don't know if Felix is there.
Felix is deaf as well.
I'm sorry, I was distracted. Was something said to Felix?
Hello then?
You're good. We're just making fun of Felix for being deaf and blind.
Oh,
She asked who you were.
okay.
Yes.
More disabled jokes.
The lady asked who you were.
Which lady?
Me, lady. Isab.
Oh, I am Felix?
What's that place?
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
What exactly brings all of you together?
Interesting.
The gods.
Or so he says.
I assume that the gods bring all things together and are in control as much as I believe that as much as any other person. Anything specific?
Um,
Uh,
we are traveling together to try and learn more about specifically religions in this area.
I see. Quite an intriguing quest. But and if you are seeking out different religions and yet somehow you attract such trouble, as you say, Fenmir, what in the world could your enemies have to do with a traveling research group?
you would be amazed what research what attention research can bring to you. Some of us have been
Right.
involved in less than savory research in the past.
I see. Well, it is good to know what exactly I'm going up against. But in any case, when do we depart?
Right about now.
Excellent. By the way, somebody asked about Roll20 like 2 hours ago. No, you should not need Roll20.
Oh. Oh, it's up
All
there
right.
anyway.
Any last minute preparations before we leave? Because we just desperately need to leave the city because we're all losing our minds.
All right.
Can't lose what you never had.
Ooh.
I was about to say something
Amen,
of that
Harley.
nature,
Amen.
but yes.
Oh my word.
Wait, what'd you say?
Well, you said we're all losing our minds, and I said you can't lose what you never had.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I'd like to fill my flask up with the innkeeper and then just. I want to leave him a tip of 1 copper and then leave.
Oh, dang.
Yes.
He like you can feel him glaring daggers at your back, but you also like as you guys are coming down the stairs, as the rest of you are coming down the stairs, he looks so overjoyed that you guys are finally leaving.
Yes.
Thank you very much for staying with us. Of course, will be at your service at any future points. Yes,
Oh,
Gamble
yes,
is
we'll be
packed up.
sure to come and disturb your peace later, too.
What did you say?
Felix says, oh, yes, we'll be sure to come and disturb your peace later, too.
He kind of his hospitable smile turns into something of a snarl. Yes, of course. Of course, I will be looking forward to it. And he immediately just whirls around and storms back inside. You guys head out over to this stable barn thing where your
Eureka.
slut camel. But that makes 2 sluts now, apparently.
Oh.
Okay.
Y'all need
Who is being
to
considered a
chill.
slut?
What did you say?
Guys,
Who's the second one?
I don't know. Depends on who you ask, apparently.
guys, can we stop shaming our pack animal?
That's never gonna happen, and you know it.
Guys, don't label her.
Don't you leave? Oh my word.
She could change and be a different person, but if you keep telling her that she is what you are saying she is, she will never change.
Well, I kind of doubt she's going to be a slut camel now because there's no other camels around. See, we're helping her to get past her bad habits.
Yes, this trip is an intervention.
It's time to make Eureka the positive affirmation cow. Not cow, the positive affirmation camel. Positive affirmation camel. I like it. I like it.
Question: is Eureka's behavior considered bad in the camel community?
It's a good question.
I mean, her point is to she's
Amari,
rare.
talk to the camels and tell us what they think about her promiscuity. We need to get out of this city.
This is getting
and fight for-
ridiculous.
Help!
Amari's gonna look very uncomfortable. I will. We can do that when we stop next. I don't think that we should do that right now.
Just take me out of this city.
I think we might call it early today.
Oh.
This is getting Tashi muted.
So just get us out of the city, please.
I'm trying. I'm really not. That's a lie. You guys untie your camel, and finally, you guys join the smaller throng of people who are now streaming towards the gates of the city and back out. There, you join several. Most of the people here are also either leading mules or camels as well. As you guys know that there is a bit of a ways between here and the next city, and some of these people look like they are heading back to different settlements out in the wilderness, as opposed to necessarily going to the next city. But there are different merchant trains and wagons heading out as well. The guards kind of give you a glance over and nod to you, looking a little bit surprised that your numbers seem to have increased more, but nobody stops you as you head out, and you are finally outside the gates of Palmarna, with the highway kind of stretching out the main road out of the city, widening into a slightly bigger highway, stretching out into the desert ahead. From your vantage point out here, your view for a while is absolutely completely unobstructed, other than rock formations kind of off to the side, and you can see very, very far off in the distance what looks to be a cluster of taller buildings, and you guess that it's probably the next city along, following the ribbon of the canal, which kind of just stretches out alongside the road before you. Which direction would you guys like to go? So that is kind of straight ahead of you, just this outside the west wall of the city. You just go that's pointing west towards. I think the next one is Kakapet, but I would double check that.
Kakapet is going inland, right? We're going towards the jungle. We're going the opposite direction from Kakapet, right?
Yes, you're going west. Yeah, no. Telmar. If I no,
Kakapit is
Telmarna
west of
is
Telmarna.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're looking west right now towards Kakapit.
Sorry.
So, which means that to your right is the north, which is just extra desert. Where you guys came from before is behind you. So to the east is where the Knoll settlement and everything else is.
Over the mountain.
Yes, and then somewhere, I guess, so somewhere southeast of you is where you guys came from, and where you would have last seen the pyramid.
All right. So should we hang out here for sunset? Or no, we should go someplace that faces east. So we should probably go through that. Do you guys remember that little pass that had the things written on the walls?
Basically, we have to backtrack up towards where we found the evil sword, right?
No, we'd have to go even higher than that, because that's on this side of the mountain. That's on the Telmarna side of the mountain. So we'd have to go
Yeah, we have
around
to
the
go-
mountain.
Like 2 days travel backwards when we saw the pyramids, or the light at least.
Because the last night we saw it was the night before we met the bards.
And let's go.
All right. You guys split off from the main path down a side road that the same road that you recognize this as the road that you followed into the city, and you begin making your way
My computer.
sorry, you guys start making your way back to towards the shadow of the mountain, kind of looming ahead of you. It's okay. Yes, you guys start making your way back to the shadow of the mountain that looms ahead of you. It is hot out here. It's dry. It doesn't take long before you guys need those head coverings, especially as the sun is beginning to crack the skin on your lips, and the wind is quickly taking any moisture out of them. There are a few others leaving the city that are also traveling this direction. Most of them with like different wagons and such, but you are, for the most part, most people are streaming west, so you are mostly alone as you start heading this direction. And the path also, like the road also splits off. Maybe like half an hour into your journey, it splits off, and the wagon that was like kind of following behind you rattles off on its own direction, and now you're again veritably alone on this pathway.
I will offer everyone some of my beeswax to seal their lips.
Ah,
Okay.
I-
Never speak again.
I shall partake.
In the desert, I think it's checked.
Yes.
Just...
As you guys keep pushing on, Isab kind of chats to each of you, just trying to get a sense of who everybody is and what's going on. Is there anything you guys want to do over the next like couple of hours?
Just as we're walking?
Mm-hmm.
Should I get out my wooden balls and start practicing juggling again?
Cool.
You guys remember me walking around juggling?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
We do.
I'm gonna ask Clover to get a good marching song going.
Clover obliges, and so you guys now are kind of chirping and strumming your way through the desert back from whence you came. Quite the merry band. The land out here is relatively flat. You've got a ways to go before you start hitting some of like the rocky formations that lead up to the mountain. It's easy to see around you. I'm assuming at least some of you are keeping an eye out for like bandits or anything like that. But there's very
No, we're
little.
all staring at our feet and only our feet.
Exactly. We're staring at a sob. Staring at Cervena's legs.
Oh no!
Staring at Francis's legs.
Yes. Yes.
New project makes Francis a dress.
Yes.
A short, skimpy dress.
Francis will humbly decline.
I'm a tailor now, guys.
Yeah, make it a dress that the ends at about the mid thigh, and it's
Yeah.
got to be one of the strapless, shoulderless dresses that cuts across the
We're going
chest.
to make
you know?
Ben a little black dress. No, not Ben.
Ben?
Crap. Francis.
Oh, that's
They
weird.
can be twins. They can be twins.
Twins, just yes, the forgotten. What is the defining feature of your adventuring party? Well, all the men in our party wear cocktail dresses.
Hey, Felix, you want a cocktail dress?
I'm good.
Excellent. I'll make one for you too.
We should donate them to our female companions.
If cocktail dresses are going to the men, Felix is definitely identifying as a boy and not a man.
You have
All
to
that
give
means is yours gets a floral print.
No, braid your hair.
With little flowers and...
Little more.
I feel like Azalea is the kind of person who would know how to, like, braid flowers into hair. That sort of sounds like an Azalea thing.
Azalea would definitely know how to do that. She has like 7 younger sisters.
In fact, so this can be your 8th younger sister brother.
8th younger sister brother.
Just dress him up like a little doll.
A la child then.
Francis feels
Dressing up in dresses.
Francis feels very uncomfortable.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you said that once. Do you not remember?
No, I
Oh
did not.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, he
you
did.
did.
Yes, he
You totally
did.
You did.
I remember this
distinctly
now.
remember that. There's definitely something.
There was
about
some
Fen
comment
dressing
made
up.
about Fen wearing a dress, and Ben was like, "Oh, you did that when you were a kid," and Ben was like, "I did not," and Amari said, "Which is telling the truth?" and rolled sense motive, and you said that Ben was telling the truth that he wore dresses.
But like that was not a weird thing. Like in the 1800s and like even in the 1900s, like
Did you see what like little boys wore? They basically wore dresses.
yeah.
Very frilly ones. At that.
Frocks.
What?
Exactly.
Oh,
Frocks.
Frocks. Shut your mouth.
I'm sorry. I did.
Stop with you and the dirty mind. It speaks through the eyebrows.
My dirty mind speaks through my eyebrows.
You're gonna
see,
need to
actually,
shave your
there's a
eyebrows
lot.
off, my dude.
All right. Is there? I am gonna call it early tonight just because this is just derailing beyond repair.
I would like to ask Azalea if she's made any progress on the design I asked for.
Yes, Harley had forgotten about that while we were having our rest downtime, but I would assume she would have been working on that.
Okay.
Would that have been okay?
Yeah.
Then yes.
All right.
Excellent.
Then in that case, I could end this very cruelly, but I'm not going to.
Cruelly?
Yes. I had ideas
Do
for
it.
this session, but
Anti-cruelty.
Do it.
All right.
Be cruel. Wait, am I the only one saying that?
I'm down.
Do it. Be cruel.
Okay.
Cruelty's always appreciated.
Cruella de Vil.
As you guys,
Oh wait, I'm not muted. Sorry.
you're fine.
The cops have found Tasha.
Just
Wait, what was that?
She's been found out.
found you.
Oh yeah, I think that's actually an ambulance. But
The COVID has found her. COVID crew. Okay, so just to clarify the travel plans. You guys are you guys like taking a rest at mid-afternoon? Like, or you guys were just leaving in the mid-afternoon and like pushing through into the evening?
I kind of assumed we were pushing through, but
yeah, I assumed that we were trying to travel it during the evening whenever possible, and that's why we left mid-afternoon.
yeah.
Okay. All right, sounds good. So as you guys are traveling and as dusk begins to approach, you guys are now starting to get into the different you guys are now starting to approach some of those rock formations. You notice that some of them are lower, but they lead down into like slightly underground caves.
Ooh.
some of them look like they should be pretty good to kind of, you could, if you wanted, you could probably set up camp in one or two of them. And as you're standing there, kind of taking for a moment, taking a pause and just drinking from the ever flowing fount that is Felix's water magic.
I have that clay bowl.
And you guys have
I can just drown you all in water.
What did you say?
I can just drown you all in water.
Yes, as you guys are taking a drink.
Please drown me.
As you guys are getting a drink and filling up your water skins, you hear just the slightest kind of like shaking sound, like I don't know, like rattling sound.
Rattlesnake.
Oh.
As you guys glance around, you hear it echoed a few paces over, and crawling out from one of the caves just a few paces over to your right, you see the dark black crustaceous shape of, I guess I'm not technically supposed to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. You see a black crustaceous shape moving towards you, stinger raised, the largest scorpion that you have ever seen, moving in, followed by a second from your left. And that is where we're going to cut off because I can't ad-lib anymore at this point. My brain is dead.
No,
Close.
we must have our combat.
Drown them in water.
Combat.
If you guys want, I was not planning on running it tonight. And also my brain.
Fun thing to start with next time.
Yeah, it'd be fun to start with.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can start with fighting things.
It can't be any more humiliating than this was.
Exactly. All right, but yes, for the sake of our
Sorry, not sorry.
everyone.
Nope, not you.
Please
Fun
don't-
fact, I didn't realize the stalker had a wife.
The stalker might not realize that he has a wife. I don't know. Maybe he forgot that he has a wife. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that
That's
was in the month of
disturbing.
memories.
That's like forgetting you're a vegetarian. That's like you forget.
Please believe.
You don't forget that.
Thank you, Harley.
I was gonna say you might if you're hungry enough.
No.
That's fair.
Did you hear about the vegetarian woman that that tried meat on, I think it was like a dare or something, and she discovered that she enjoyed it so much that she dropped being a vegetarian, like she was vegan, and she dropped being a vegan and started a butcher shop.
That's really uncomfortable.
Why was she a vegan to start with? Was it like a familial thing?
I don't know. I don't know the whole story, and I was very uncomfortable with it, so I didn't continue reading.
Maybe she was raised like Hindu, and
Look,
so was like raised vegan.
bacon is tasty enough to make people change life courses.
I'm go-
That's true. Bacon is the one meat I don't not eat. But I'm not a vegetarian based on principle, so
Gotcha.
Did it
I'm
say
just
why she was a vegetarian?
Nope.
Also, since we are like third combat total so far.
Oh my
Y'all
word.
don't like fighting.
We
things.
don't like fighting. We just
We're not built for fighting.
we're more of just a roaming soap opera rather than an adventuring party.
Kind of. I mean,
that's one way to put that.
we're devolving into telenovela status at this point.
Just I was waiting for somebody turns around moment.
Oh dear.
It's like from The Office where they just randomly like look at the camcorder, quote unquote.
Yes.
As we break the fourth wall.
But we do.
Oh, we've broken the fourth wall so many times.
We directly
Yeah.
address lines to Kira and Scott.
See, if we were cool like Critical Role, we would have like a charity that we donated to every time.
What charity?
That we-
What charity would want the
The problem is
proceeds
we're
from
all
this?
in
we
or just
donate.
out of college. We don't have the funds for that.
Exactly.
Hey,
that's
can't
what
you throw-
I'm
Out
saying,
of
if we were
college?
Critical
Speak for
Role.
I
yourself.
said in or out of
Yeah.
college.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
what charity would want to get money from what happened tonight?
A desperate
A
one.
very desperate.
Oh my goodness. We just donate like $100 to them every time that we break the fourth wall.
That would get uncomfortable fast.
Oh my gosh.
Alright.
Every time we lose
quote?
track of what's happening because we're laughing too hard.
Quotes,
Exactly.
quotes.
Quotes. You want the first one, Ethan, or?
You take the first one.
All right. Guys, we need to social distance our murders. Gabrielle.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did. Oh, no, that's
Hey,
Gabrielle or Andrew.
Yes.
That
That was me.
Yeah, that was
Ah,
not
sorry.
me.
Okay.
I know I did not say anything like, noteworthy today.
I had Gabrielle, question mark, Andrew, question mark. But-
The next quote is my moment of going, "Smitten!" and Gabrielle responding with, "You sound like you're trying to poop out a lung."
And there goes Tasha's other one.
You want me to take the third one, Tasha?
Oh.
Is that a? I can't see her. Is she nodding?
Is she okay? Oh.
She's still
Oh
choking.
my.
Is she
Tasha,
alright?
are you okay?
Tasha?
Oh, she's all choked up.
Oh my gosh, you can't choke like that.
Ethan.
Tasha, you good?
Oh,
Sorry.
you're fine.
The number of times that happens to you is really concerning.
She has coronavirus.
I think whenever I joke on spit, it's really bad.
Hmm.
And I get like, you know when you laugh so hard you almost puke?
Yeah.
Or sorry, cough so hard you almost puke?
Yeah.
That happens whenever I, choke on spit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's rough.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry. Third one, right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. If this man is the same creepy pattern, then we should start looking around for other equally distressed likey women. It will help lead to him. Andrew.
And last but certainly not least, the dirty mind speaks through my eyebrows. Andrew.
I'm
Oh,
so
goodness.
Kind of
sorry.
a quote light session
I'm
tonight.
sorry.
Yeah.
The rest of it was all
Depressingly so, based on the amount that we were laughing.
I feel like they were good quotes. They were just mostly unintelligible after a while, or just understood. All right, kids. Well, we have dragged this out long enough. We tortured Harley and Noah to death.
Yes.
So
Really sorry. Didn't expect that to happen. Honestly didn't know that dude had a wife. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. We're all sorry. Oh my word. Just
We're all just very sorry to everyone who has or will watch this stream. We could try and promise to be better, but there's no point.
it's the quarantine. It's the quarantine.
Ethan, you good?
And he gone.
And with that, we're going to. What the heck?
He gone.
We're going to leave. Goodbye, everyone. Good night, Kira. We're really sorry. That
Scott.
should be the title of this episode.
Scott, keep on rocking, man.
We're sorry.
Alright.
My god.
Peace out, chat.
Go say goodnight, Scott. Bella.
No, oh wait, it's only supposed to be good night, Kira. Right,
Yes.
sorry.
Yes. Good night, Kira. Goodbye, Scott.
Peace. Yeah, we end.
What did you think of now?
Oh, merciful heavens.
I'm going back through old quotes and I'm finding a bunch of gems.
Ooh,
Which ones?
Which ones?